be like, damn, you're just so chill. I'm like, thanks, I gave up. Yeah. Done.
It was funny when y'all said it was in the dating pool and I was married, but now that I'm single for the first time in 6 years, that shit ain't so funny. It is ghetto as fuck out here. I don't know how y'all been doing this shit.
Your standards are too high. Well, those standards protect me from low quality experiences.
And that is the best part about having boundaries. When you have standards, boundaries, and non-negotiables, your pool is going to get smaller. Absolutely. And that is because you are dating a lot less schmucks, a lot less of the boys, a lot less of the non-committals, and a lot less of the dudes that are going to throw it on real hot in the beginning because they're so good at that and then leave you high and dry like after 2 weeks of it because they've decided, they're on to the next feeling.
Yo gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to another video of women turning a blind eye to their high standards, and we'll kick it off with the classical video of a woman in a car with her coffee man. So let's get to it.
Standards are too high. Well, those standards protect me from low quality experiences.
And that is the best part about having boundaries. When you have standards, boundaries, and non-negotiables, your pool is going to get smaller. Absolutely. And that is because you are dating a lot less schmucks, a lot less of the boys, a lot less of the non-committals, and a lot less of the dudes that are going to throw it on real hot in the beginning because they're so good at that and then leave you high and dry like after 2 weeks of it because they've decided, they're on to the next feeling.
Guys, so try and follow the logic. Apparently, if you have your standards too high and you want a Chad who is over 6'3" and who earns 6 digits and who is really attractive with a good jawline, then apparently he is going to stay longer than 2 weeks, right? Not the vast majority of men that are, you know, average, let's say average income, average height, etc., the standard. No, they are the bad guys. The good guys who are supposed to be in a committed relationship and to commit to you, from all women in the planet to you, yeah, they're the ones who have to be higher than 6'3" and earn 6 digits. Make it make sense, gentlemen.
And you'll actually allow people in your life that may go at a little bit of a slower pace or may move differently, but they're intentional, they're consistent, they're reciprocal, and they actually want the same thing that you do. So hold on to those standards, hold on to those boundaries, hold on to those non-negotiables. I would much rather have a smaller pool to date it than keep wasting my fucking time on people that don't actually want the same shit that you do.
Alright, gentlemen, so of course I suppose that when she's talking about high standards in this situation, she really means, you know, the moral high standards. So she wants a guy who is, I don't know, like maybe close to God, or a guy who is really polite, or a guy who will love her, etc. She's not talking about the money, supposedly. She's not talking about the looks, supposedly. She's talking about the morals. Now this is bullcrap. Why? Because you can keep those high standards if they are about morals, you can really do, but that's not what you're looking for, right? That's not what you're searching. What you really, really want is the Chad. Because if you wanted a nice guy, you will probably have him. You could secure that commitment. You could secure a relationship with a guy that wants to be serious, but they're never enough, are they? What you really want is Chad. She just doesn't realize it. But let's move on to the next TikTok. Leave me your thoughts down below, gentlemen.
There is no such thing as a gold digger. This term was made up by men who lack finances. And it's done as a way to manipulate you into being in a relationship that doesn't benefit you or any potential children financially. There's no animal on the planet that would deliberately choose to mate with a partner that cannot help protect them or the young. They would all die.
Gentlemen, I can't hold in the laughter any longer. Have you seen those memes where it's like OnlyFans girls after inventing simps, and it just shows a picture with a person with a lot of money? So this woman says that gold diggers don't exist. They were just invented by men so they can get into relationships that they don't deserve. And she cites animal examples, which, guys, I've always hated because we are not animals. You know, personally for me, I'm not an animal. If this woman thinks that she's an animal, cool, but we are rational beings. And if you want to talk about animals, let's talk about lion packs, where females do all the hunting while the males, you know, defend their homes. If you want to do that, I'm sure a lot of men will be cool. to just sit at home and protect your home and your family from intruders while you go bust your behind off making all the money. You know, that's perfectly fine. Well, there are certain birds, gentlemen, which, you know, the male impregnates the female and she stays home all the time that she's pregnant, and then feeds the baby, and she stays home all the time until the little baby bird can fly away. Again, a lot of guys will be perfectly fine with doing that. You stay at home, you stop working, you take care of the home, and men do the providing. That suits a lot of men as well, you know, if you want to talk about animals.
It would be a life or death decision. Only humans, only women do this kind of thing where they mate with someone, partner with someone, reproduce with someone who cannot help them or the children. I mean, I think this is absolutely wild. I don't judge women in that situation.
Guys, I don't know if this woman's been dating hobos, honestly, but if you date any man who is literally not living under a bridge, you can probably pull it off, you know? You're not gonna die, you're not gonna starve. Like, I don't know what this woman is talking about. Well, actually, I know. She's just trying to gaslight us. She's trying to gaslight the rich boys into dating her with her mental gymnastics. But no, madam, you don't need a 6-digit income, okay, to be able to survive. You can probably do it off with the average income. Yeah, not as fancy as the high-earning one, but I mean, it never stopped many families from succeeding. Especially people from the past, guys. If you ask your grandparents, probably they were a lot poorer than you are now, and they managed to pull it off. So yeah, you're not lying anyone.
Because I understand so much of the social conditioning, especially in the Black community, and especially if you were raised in the Black community in a church setting, this was ingrained into us. So I don't even blame women, and I don't judge women. And if you're in that situation right now and you're watching this video, trust me, I hold no judgment for you. I thank goodness that I didn't meet my husband until I was 37, because if I had met him at 27, I was still believing the lie, and I would have married my husband just for the sake of like getting married, you know, because especially in the Black community, we're taught to marry maybe for virtue or religious reasons, or maybe even bragging rights. So you could be like, that's my husband, he claims me, whatever that dumbness is. So I really don't judge women. Okay. I don't. That said, if a man calls you a gold digger, understand that it's two things. One, it's an admission, and two, it's an observation. They're observing that you're the kind of woman that requires finances, and they're admitting that they don't have the money. See, that term gold digger gets thrown around when men like a woman that's out of their price range. It's just what happens. I don't think it's wrong for you as a woman.
Guys, we'll stop it right here. So notice how she says that gold diggers don't exist, but at the same time, she's comparing and talking all the time about money. So she will say, if a guy doesn't have a certain amount of money, he doesn't deserve a certain type of woman. Isn't that exactly what the gold diggers mean? You know what gold diggers are? Like, if you have to have a certain amount of money and income to be able to secure a certain type of woman, then she is a gold digger. You know, what is this crap of you have to date certain women only if you have the money for them? And what makes one woman better than the other one, you know, to deserve a higher income? This is nonsense, man. And what makes you entitled to a guy's money? I just don't understand.
In particular, if you are...
Wait, weren't you so empowered? Weren't you so empowered and liberated? You don't need a man to provide for you, you know that? In fact, why don't you provide for a man? Because we're equal, right? And you are liberated. So go do it.
Genuinely looking to partner with somebody for life in marriage, to be a wife, to be a mother, two of the highest callings, I think, in this world. And you genuinely want to give somebody a good life in return. I love my husband, and I am committed to giving that man a good life every day. Not out of fear, not just so I could keep him, not just so he doesn't cheat, not just so he doesn't leave, but this is in my nature to want to be that to him. Because I understand as a woman, there's nothing you can do to keep a man faithful. The only men that are faithful are the men who want to be. And he didn't see me as a gold digger. He saw me as a woman who required finances, and he respected me for that. Be a woman who requires finances. No apologies necessary.
So this is the fancy word right now. It's not a gold digger, guys. It's a woman who requires finances. But not the average finances. Don't fool yourself. Okay, the 6-digit finances is what they require. But they're not gold diggers.
Okay, so I'm really out here back in the dating trenches, and I met up with a girl today, and we were talking about dating. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm going to be meeting like the one very soon, and I'm like gonna get engaged and get married like very quickly. I just think I kind of have like always known that that's how it's gonna happen for me. Like, it would be one of those things where it's like,
Did your horoscope tell you that?
we met, got married, engaged all within a year, and like are married for the rest of our lives. Like, I just feel like that's how it's gonna happen to me. But in the meantime, I've been out here on these streets and in the apps, and God, men are such interesting species. So one thing that I've always taught my guy friends is that if you have just a smidge, and I'm talking about literally that much amount of tact, you can get pretty much what you want. It's kind of like being a fuckboy too in a way, but like, because I'm definitely like a little bit of a fuck girl, but it's like on the apps, it just is like, I also have like such a low tolerance for bullshit, and like, I always make jokes that are like, oh, somebody's like, their prompt is like, oh, I like long walks on the beach, whatever. I'm like, oh, talk dirty to me, like that sounds so good. And a guy immediately will be like, oh yeah, so like, you want a facial? And it's like, what? Or they're just really weird and like can't handle their emotions or life, and it just is like, how did you get this far? And then it makes me feel some type of way, because I'm like,
How did you get this far? Asked the lady that wants something serious and expects something serious after being on the streets and on dating apps. Guys, you can't make this up.
you're on the app, I'm out here on the apps. Like, if you're out here, I know why you're out here. Why am I out here? That's where I get scared. And I'm like, am I crazy?
Yes.
Am I the drama? Is something wrong with me?
Yes.
But then I'm like, no. Because, like, I'm cool. I honestly, like, was kind of a late bloomer when it came to dating and everything. Like, I really did not start dating until I was, like, out of college. Like, I was, like, 26, 27 when I started dating and, like, using apps and whatnot. And even then, I wasn't trying to use them all that seriously because I was still young. And I was like, I don't want to get married. Like, I want to move to LA and build my career, blah, blah, blah. And of course, now that I'm like, I'm ready to meet the one that I will settle down with. You know, it's a little silent out there. But I have faith, I have hope. Also, I know I just am somebody who I thrive better in person, and I really feel like my person's going to be out there. He's out there in real life. I'm gonna meet him. It's gonna be great. Everything's gonna work out. But I just thought I would share that with you. And maybe I will be toxic and share some of the screenshots of the crazy shit that men in Denver have said to me on the apps. Because I'm toxic.
Guys, we'll end the video right here, man. Sometimes, I swear, guys, I feel like there's a hidden camera somewhere in my room. I don't understand this woman, man. And she asks, how did guys get so far? They'll get even further. But thank you, gentlemen, for watching. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see you next.